Alright, so this is just going to be a kind of melee camp full sanctum run through top to bottom. I'm going to be doing a live talk through the whole thing, so hopefully it won't be too janky or terrible, and hopefully I won't stumble over my words too much, but we're going to give it a shot, just so you can kind of see where my head's at throughout the whole kill. Revolution, I just have the two basics. I say two basics because I don't see Punish and Fury as basics because they're situational. You only want to use Punish when they're after 50% health, and you only want to use Fury before a big ability. So those, I kind of view them as adrenaline positive thresholds because you don't want them just firing randomly, but they are, they're impactful, but they don't reduce your adrenaline. So overload Vitpot. The biggest thing here that makes this all work is the Desert Amy and the super duper upgraded Karis. Beyond that, Vestments, Full Book, or Grim, or whatever you want to use. Hellhound if you're getting your butt kicked, and Ripper if you're fine with it. I usually use a Ripper, but in this instance I have a Hellhound just up from some previous stuff, so I don't really feel like switching. Beyond that, not much to it, so I'm going to just start up with all my stuff, get everything potted up. I'm not a big fan of ability stalling. I don't do a lot of that like surge, dive, crazy stalling, clicking out, clicking on, all that jazz. But I do stall an easy K at the start of all these just because. So I'll hit my easy K spec, regain my adrenaline, go on in, darkness to not lose it. Usually use penance. The one thing that you may or may not know that I learned the hard way, thanks to Forecast, is if you are stalling an ability for melee, and it might be for every style, I don't know, I only really use melee. If you're stalling your easy K and you surge in and you target cycle to release it with like a meteor strike or something, and you're not in melee distance, it'll overwrite the easy K stall with a meteor stall, and then you're going to walk into melee distance, and then it's going to release the meteor and not the easy K, and it's just a whole rigmarole. So just make sure in these instances when you do this kind of thing that you kind of walk forward a little bit and then surge and then target cycle, vuln, release with the meteor. I anticipate, zerk, swap to my Langs. Oh, just kidding. Oh my god. Quick brief cut because I'm an idiot and I forgot I have my Lang, not my Karis. Alright, okay, so now that I've fixed it, and the editor being me is amazing at editing, cut out all of that shenanigans so nobody actually realized that it happened, right? Right. Surge in, do the things, do the jazz, anticipate, then zerk, then swap to your dual wields, barge in, I like overpower, then flurry, then assault, and that's just gonna get him right to that HP mark. All good and dandy. You can kind of tag this guy for a minute, swap to your range prey, hang out until the first block comes up, stop to it, and then hop to the next one, and then hop to the third one, wherever it is. And that's enough time where you can then barge on over, do another flurry, do another overpower, another assault, and we're back to phased again. So eat up, target him, do some basics, do a rezo, do whatever you want to do, maybe like an anticipation, just, whatever you want to do. It doesn't really matter. This isn't like a GM or a master speed time, it's just kind of doing the kill, right? So barge on in, do your assault, overpower, or even meteor if you want to, because why not? You can divert, whatever you gotta do, just make sure you don't die. He does kind of hit a little hard. Do this, I don't know, freedom, maybe a rezo, barge on in, stuff's gonna come, do your flurry, assault. This is obviously where you then do your easy K and just finish the kill. If I was bad, which I am, but whatever. It's just kind of, this one's pretty straightforward. Nothing too crazy about it. Loot's pretty miserable. It is what it is. Next is Keslam. he's stunnable, which is the main reason why I have the Dread Nips in the inventory. Obviously, you don't need them, but you can. It's a good place to throw some Dread Nips, some backhands. Flurry is really nice because it actually does act as a stun. Again, doing nothing but stalling the easy K. I will say, I did like 10-15 runs of this where I was doing a Dragon Battle Axe at the start, and I never really actually paid attention to my buff bar to realize that the DBA clears when you enter. So don't bother with that unless you plan on doing some pre-building shenanigans in here, natty, DBA, whatever. But we're not doing that. So again, surge, release the easy K, anticipate, zerk, barge, flurry, overpower, all that good stuff. Spam some Dread Nips, throw an assault, do just, you know, big abilities. Maybe do a couple backhands to just kind of stun them out into your Fury overpower. You're going to get the thingy here so you can use your freedom, swap and target cycle, and do a hurricane, and it'll just nuke the whole thing, which is really nice. And then zoom on over and just kill the obelisk. You will or will not get a couple seconds of Zerk. If you do, cool. If you don't, not really a big deal. Just kind of killing it. And now you're just rolling through. Maybe throw an overpower. You're just waiting for Meteor at this point. Throw some bleeds, just kind of hang out. Maybe a couple more Dread Nips. Dodge some stuff. Do whatever you gotta do. And then Meteor's back off. So we're gonna do that. Maybe a divert into a Zerk. And then barge back in. And then here, do our easy K. Just absolutely body him. And a backhand. Assault. More Dread Nips, just because I'm gonna eat that, and then just roll through to the next obelisk. You can dodge that one if you want to, but if you're camping full health, you should be fine. And then we'll zip back in for another flurry, and then you should be able to hop another overpower right on the tail end of that. And then again, we're just kind of hanging out. Just do whatever. We're gonna get that prison soon, so anticipate, target cycle, and hurricane again to get out and do whatever. Punish, overpower. The kill's pretty much done at this point, so maybe a fury into a cane, dodge some stuff, assault, whatever. None of this really matters. And if you're really efficient with this, you can absolutely get sub 2. I've done it with just melee camp. I've gotten the master timer on everything with melee camp. It's not too bad, but again, I'm not really going for anything optimal right now. We're just kind of winging it to get the overview of the fight. And then the last one's Nakatra. So same thing. Nothing fancy. Just stalling an easy K and then rolling through it. I will say the biggest learning thing for me that I'm honestly still learning, and I still make a lot of mistakes with, is the waves on the final phase, kind of timing for dodging those, walking through and not getting hit. It's still pretty much a coin toss if I get absolutely bodied or if I don't mess up. Just take some practice. I wish I could say I know the exact timing to let you know, but I really don't have it. It's just kind of a feel and hope and sort of wing it. So you're going to walk forward to the edge here. That's your kind of placement for a surge release. So again, surge, target cycle, Vuln, meteor strike, anticipate, zerk, overpower, lead that. Oh, I'm an idiot. We're going to just do some more editing magic because I didn't barge. Yeah. See, this is why I don't do live talkthroughs, because I forget things. Yeah, this is the first attempt. This is definitely no retries or anything. This is still that same attempt. So we're gonna go to this tile. We're gonna barge, target cycle, meteor, zerk, all that stuff. We're gonna actually do it properly, which is pretty cool. Zerk, and then we're gonna barge. There we go. overpower, you can dive out and hit the flurry, because since you're bleeding it from a barge, you can bleed it from kind of anywhere, which is pretty cool. And now I'm going to reflect and vit pot. I do that because then lets the vit pot kind of be up for later on down the road. Dive away, kind of do your thing, and dive away, do whatever, hit another flurry, just kind of hang out. We're going to get the obliterate again soon, so now we can devotion it. And I also like doing it this way because then we're going to get the waves right after, and you have your devotion, so you could just hang out. You don't need to do anything, which is really nice in my opinion. We're going to get another set of waves, so maybe throw a bleed, get ready to dive and dodge, do whatever you got to do to yoink out of the way, and we're close to the HP, so I'm going to do another meteor strike and get ready to rock and roll. If you get that, which I do a lot, who cares, you can just reflect, and when it's about to pop, you'll be fine. So I'll just reflect and maybe a vit pot if I can. It's not on cooldown, whatever, doesn't matter. So just nuking these guys, hopping out of the way of the waves, and bonk them, give them a punish, do whatever. I don't really care if we're not going for the master time. Again, I don't really care for a big pre-phase. If you do, you can really rush this so you can get an easy K in at this point. If you really want to, but I'll just use this point where I can't do anything to throw a smoke cloud, something like that, a Vuln, all that jazz. Get to that guy, target cycle and barge, and just nuke these guys, do whatever. Again, just kind of chilling. We have the weird smiley face sun, whatever, I don't know what you call it, but it's that one and the cat, so it is what it is, right? Munch some more food, maybe Excalibur, whatever. So go to the one that it isn't. I'm going to Zerk and A-Pot, and target cycle and Vuln, just so we're ready. Barge on in, Meteor, do the flurry, overpower, and get ready for the walk under. So I'm going to just channel the assault and just spam click my part out so my character actually walks and doesn't stall. And devotion, and do the easy K stack. And then maybe another overpower. And get ready for the dodges, and just kind of send it. And I almost died, that's cool, but if you have a sign of life, it really doesn't matter. And that's the kill. Nothing too snazzy, and even with all my wonderful mistakes, it was a second away from the master timer. So, it's pretty straightforward. What I will say I found really helpful for me at least, is I have my button, I use tab, and this is for every style. I use tab as the basic attack that they have on all styles. So if you're doing your dives and you're dodging stuff, you can just dive away and then just spam your basic attack button, because you know there's no cooldown on it, so you're not gonna like hit an ability that can't fire, and it'll just instantly walk you back to the boss. Whatever a convenient key for you is, I don't know, 1 or F1 or A or what, whatever you're using. For me, it just happens to be tab. I just kind of like that. It feels nice. But it's just a convenient way and I've also, learned that if you're transitioning to, full manual or even just off of Revolution Plus to like a more basic thing, to just have, it's obviously not the best ability, but to have an ability that you can just be always firing and hitting at any point, it's just nice to have, especially on bosses where you're running around, because if you're on Revolution and you're running around, then nothing's going to be firing while you're moving. So at the very least, while you're moving around, you can just keep spamming it, so you're at least not losing GCDs or anything by, actually using some form of ability. That being said, that is my whole Melee Sanctum rundown. Not the best, not the worst, it's just a decent Melee camp starting point to work on. So hopefully that helps, and good luck.